Yep. All right. Anywho, we're trying a different build of Alliance. This build's a little bit more aggressively slanted in that I'm not even all in on Alliance. I've only got 3 of these, but I'm leaning into 4 copies of Irencrag Pyromancer here to really be able to close the game out and shoot random things. Yeah, you're not wrong, Jevons. Like, it's definitely tough to debug. Like, I'm not saying it's easy to fix these things, but I am saying, like, issues that happen on some systems and not others are very common. And it works for me as never an appropriate response. We also have 3 copies of Niv-Mizzet here at the top end. So playing this card at our top end is actually one of the reasons why I'm including this card, because Irencrag Pyromancer is kind of a card that can like draw fire early, so that way this card is more likely to stick around, because this card's a must answer in most matchups, so if they burn their first removal on this, they might not have removal left over by the time we get to here. So other just good blue-red cards, Ops and Wishing Wells at the bottom, some removal. I got some tempo cards and Brazen Borrower. This card beating down should be useful too, hopefully, with our more aggressive slant. Let's go ahead and dive on into some match with this one and see how it goes. Dive down. Dive down is a card. I actually had to double check and make sure dive down rotated when I was building this. Oh no! Oh, we have peasant basics. I've made a huge mistake, chat. I've made a huge mistake. The Haggins, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Dear Magic Arena, please, for the love of God, let me define a default basic land. For the love of all that is holy, let me define a default basic land. It's all I want for Christmas. Istan, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. And I can't change in the middle of event. Default sleeves too. Yep. Those are really simple little features that are just like quality of life things that, like, when we weren't a release, it was like, okay, we're just lacking features, but it's like we called this a release while still missing all of these really tiny quality of life things that should be there. Long-time viewer, long-time lurker, but finally caught one of your live streams. Awesome content. Hey, well, welcome to a live one. And good to have you here. I appreciate the support. Thanks for keeping me around this month. My deck doesn't have any double red, but I've got Brazen Borrower for double blue, so we're going to hedge that. That's honestly one of the things that's most refreshing about the Mythgard game. The Mythgard game has friends list, it has in-client replays, you can watch other people, you can spectate matches on the ladder, there's an in-game deck tracker, their Twitch extension is built into the client. It's like, do so many things so super right. Don't quench me, don't quench me, don't quench me. There's an in-game collection tracker. I'm gonna bin the extra one of these. I think they fixed the sideboarding timer thing. Did they not fix the sideboarding timer thing? That's upsetting. Yeah, that's true. And Mythgard just hit open beta. They hit open beta last month. They're not a release. All right, so we're hoping to draw a red source here so we can double red spell next turn. Get 2 shots at it. I don't think it's fair to paint the developers of Arena as bad, because there are certainly capable people working on the program. In my experience, a lot of the issues that come with games like this are management issues by and large. There are capable people there who are being pushed to do certain things in a certain order. So the way this works is after they pay mana, another trigger goes on the stack, so then I get to Bonecrusher this, which is great. I kept the Lava Coil as opposed to the second Bonecrusher last turn because Lava Coil can kill their 4/4, which is ideal.
My answers lie in the cold truth.
Huh? I think I'm gonna wait and just play Chemister's Insight here. We're about to get Brazen Borrower. I think we're about to get Brazen Borrower. They keep, or they're just double checking what the text on this is. If they don't have a Borrower here, this drawing 4 cards next turn and killing one of their things should be pretty close to GG. Nitpick. Having you in the background at work has been super nice the last few weeks. Is that creepy? It's not creepy at all. Most of the people who watch during the day are backgrounders at work. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. So I'm doing less damage here, but I'm getting an extra Alliance trigger, so I think that's fine. Scion ults very quickly. It's a good ult and it happens fast. I think our opponent wants to play poker, chat. Wonder if we can talk them into that. In fact, one of the pieces of feedback I get a lot is because I narrate my plays so much, it's easier for people to watch while doing something else. It's easier to follow what I'm doing. All right, so there's the Nightpack Ambusher. Let's go ahead and shock this in response to this trigger. I've got a pretty endless supply of 1/1s here, but they're also, I might get punished for bidding this extra Lava Coil earlier if they have a protection spell for this. Hey, Palmer, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Do I just race them in the air here? I think we just race them in the air, right? All right, well now, defense. Defense. Oh, oh, Thud. Daddy's home. Counter this one. Triggers. that, I don't know if that's good, but it's very viscerally satisfying. Just like, yeah. Yeah, Niv triggering Alliance is like pretty tops. I'm gonna trade here, trade here. Sure, 14. We do run Irencrag. We have 4 of them. As always, you can type !deck in chat or access the Stream Decker widget, which should be up on your screen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Strong contender for deck of the day early. Love it. Alright, so Fries and Lava Coils are good. I don't know where I sit on Aether Gust versus Disdainful Stroke here. I feel like Brazen Borrower is probably a little medium here too. Cause trimming some Chemister's Insight could be okay. Bonecrusher's a little clunky. And when he gets countered, it's not great. Maybe that's a trim. Like these creatures getting countered does not feel very good. What do we think of this? It could be Bonecrusher is better than Borrower, just to like, I want a couple more shocks. Like bouncing the random thing's not super good. You want Bonecrusher over Irencrag? Nah, this card's absurd. Maybe I want like a little bit lower curve overall. I mean, they're pretty unlikely to bounce Bonecrusher. Yeah, I think Shock's better than Unsummon, I agree. Even 2-mana Shock. 2-mana Shock's better than 2-mana Unsummon. Any chance you're going to the NRG team event in Gurney on November 30th? I'm unsure. I would really like to go, but I'm also past the point in my life where I'm willing to drive 3 hours in snow. And like, November 30th is like, we could be getting snow in Chicago territory. And the problem with team events is you have to like find a team and commit to it early. So like, it's hard for me to like bail last minute on snow. If I'm like committing to a team, I feel bad. Basically, team events suck. Is my answer. If it was an individual event, I definitely would be on my calendar. Well, so I set up a Windows system this morning so I could stream Moto from a native Windows computer instead of depending on Wine. And then Moto decided to have other issues after I set that up. So, I don't know. I am definitely finishing all of the decks that are in my deck queue. I'm going to play those out. So there's like 16 or 17 leagues in there. I'm definitely finishing those. I don't know if I'm accepting more. Alright, so I know they have this Frilled Mystic. So do I just Space Jam here and hope this sticks? I think that's the line. Because they're guaranteed to have a counter for it next turn, right? So I might as well try and have it happen now. And we're rewarded. Someone asked, is this deck feel more powerful than the Teamer deck we played earlier? Definitely not. The Teamer deck's super strong. This deck seems fine. But definitely a lower power level than my favorite deck in the format. Is it really easier to set up 2 separate stations than to dual boot? Well, I set up a Windows VM. So the VM's like a machine. So I can't Aether Gust that while it's on the table. So I'm going to bottom, hoping to find a Lava Coil here. So we can Witching Well here. And get 2 more looks. Yeah, Temur. The Temur deck's my favorite competitive deck in this format. Not close. Am I ditching a land here? I think so. This is actually a pretty good pickup too, because it's a 4/3 that can block the shifting Ceratops, which is great. So this at least takes a couple hits to kill, so that's nice. So I get 2 more looks at a Lava Coil next turn, although they do have Frilled Mystic up now, which is a real concern. You know what? Discarding this land was wrong. I probably should have ditched a Fry there, because I could bait with this and then play the Lava Coil.
I think I have made a tactical error.
I have made a tactical error. Alright, Lava Coil, please. Why not Fry the Ceratops? Because that's not a legal play.
To know is to triumph.
A big fan of playing Magic within the rules. Thoughts on Spellbreaker versus Domri? I am off Spellbreaker in my preferred configuration. So take that to mean what you will. Which packs would you suggest buying? Eldraine packs is probably good. Yeah, Fry is not roast, is a good descriptor. So pretty unfortunate that, like, we scryed 3 things to the bottom and then, like, couldn't find a Lava Coil this game. It is what it is. We have to play the 3rd game on the play if we die here. Because, like, even if we find Lava Coil now, like, this is still pretty rough. And again, I shouldn't have discarded the land. If I'd have hit a land here, I could have played another one of these as a follow-up. Yeah, I feel like I threw this game away a little bit. Yeah, I should have ditched the Fries, I agree. I'm gonna board less of these. Put the other Bonecrusher in because it blocks. There's no way to multi-select decks while deleting. Hashtag release ready. Hashtag what's a quality of life feature. Protection is an incredibly interesting and fun mechanic. I agree. Alright, so if we're fortunate, we're going to scry into a really ugly basic land here. Or Steam Vents. Fry's just uncounterable. I think Stroke's too narrow. Gitsu, that's why I didn't board it in. This was a good draw. Excellent curve here. Come in for that. It might be right to bottom this aggressively, looking for a Scion or something else to draw extra cards with. Could see that being correct. Yeah, that's the other thing, Spank Weasel. Like, when you talk about things about Arena, you're like, well, they're not just fixing features, right? Fixing bugs, right? Like, they also have to be constantly coding new sets, which is a big deal. So, we're gonna Bonecrusher Giant here. Hopefully they counter this, and then we untap and play Royal Scions. Is the ideal. Would you like to take the bait? Rats. Well, now, I think I'm just gonna hold tight since I have this Aether Gust and these Lava Coils in my hand. Am I, or am I just gonna jam this? Let's just jam this. Deal. He gone. Fairy on fairy violence. We just need to give WotC more money and then they will certainly hire developers. Exactly, you understand. Land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Papi! Papi! Goodbye, Felicia. No justice, all skill, okay? All skill. Yeah, no spell pierce in this format. Bless up. No spell pierce.
Let me synthesize the facts.
I would like one Niv-Mizzet, please. Yeah, Hive Mind, just every set adds more prison and combo elements to Modern. It's just, I don't know. It's not, like I said, it's not even just Moto that's like making me kind of medium on Modern. It's like Modern itself is also just like aggressively medium. Really, really hope we get a permanent historic queue. When they do the ranked historic in December, I plan to play a ton, and everybody else who wants historic should do the same to encourage them to give a lot of support for that. Show them what people want. Oh, that's good. Paper Modern of LGS is my favorite. Yeah, casual Magic with the Modern ban list is great. Do we have any data when historic queues? End of November, early December. Was what was said. Yeah, Modern was my favorite format for a long time. It's just like gotten steadily worse though, as more cards have been printed. When Alliance gets going, it's very, very good. They're dead like 6 different ways here, right? You can attack my Planeswalker. I'm gonna kill you with my fairies. I think they clicked the wrong mode, chat. Even if they clicked the right mode there, they're still dead in the sky, right? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Hive Mind, you need to understand that even with Modern in its current state, there's lots of people who like it. So if you don't like it, the issue isn't complain about it. The solution isn't complain about it or say it needs to change. The issue is just play different formats. One thing I like about this Alliance archetype is the enabler of drawing more cards is already doing something great. Yeah, I agree. We're not playing bad cards in our deck, basically, right? Like, we're pairing Alliance with other constructed playable cards. It's definitely pretty key. All right, hand meat cookie jar. Swish, nothing but net. Why do I think WotC released Arena? Because releasing Arena is an excuse to do a huge marketing push, and huge marketing pushes make them piles of money. A true skill game in which we engage, chat. Ooh. Opponent's doing something spicy here too. Is there any news about mobile applications? In what sense? Ember Watch, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. A quest of mystery. I'm gonna bin this. I don't know exactly what they're doing. There's a chance this Lava Coil is good. Isn't the plan to make Arena available on mobile? God, I hope not. Listen, Arena barely runs on my i7 with 32 gigs of RAM and a 1080 GTX graphics card. I would assume it's nowhere near being optimized for mobile. They could be a Fires deck, that's true. We did not miss our 4th land. That was our 3rd turn. And that's not even to get into the fact that, like, what the game board looks like. What the game board looks like in a lot of situations. Alright, well, Lava Coil's looking less good. Bolt you. Do not need another Niv. Need some lands to cast this first one. 3-1 with Trample Haste. 2-1 with Lifelink Haste. 1-2 Haste. When this enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to any target. That animation is sweet. So I'm going to lead on Witching Well here to try and find an untapped land. Perfect. Let's loot. We'll ditch this opt. This can shoot this. Next turn we can Chemister's Insight and shoot one of their tokens, and we can block the other. They shot my Planeswalker. One of the opponent has the enchantment that makes angel tokens. Divine Visitation. Yeah, I could see that. That would be scary. Blizzard did in fact disable deleting your account. As a statement of truth. Rude. Aggro versus aggro. Who's ever on the play is the aggressor. Nope, not that simple. That's why Magic's a really complicated game, because it's never that simple. go. Paint me like one of your French girls. Hmm. 2-1 seem not stellar in the face of my Niv-Mizzet. That's incredibly rude. I didn't even get a Niv-Mizzet trigger, chat. How is that fair? How is that fair? This is a pretty good turn, though.
Knowledge is the greatest virtue. With the code, I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Yeah, Irencrag just being an 0-4 is like punching the clock and going to work here. Yeah, the kill count on the Pyromancers is out of this world at the moment. They have a 1-mana white spell? Choose a creature or planeswalker you control. All damage will be dealt this turn to you, and permanence you control is dealt to that instead. Interesting. You have the heart of a coward. Fight me outside, like a real brave person would. A 4-2. 4-2s are cheating. Get away from me! Alright, so we want to draw an untapped land here. Would like to draw an untapped blue source. What? Alright, sure.
My plan is crystallizing.
Am I binning Brazen Borrower? I think I'm binning Brazen Borrower. Alright, deal 3. Deal 3, deal 1. Yeah, they gotta be playing Divine Visitation, right? That's fine. All instants and sorceries are good at this point, right? Heroic Reinforcements rotated. That one definitely rotated. I'm really impressed with our Pyromancers. They've been keeping up here pretty well. If they don't have a removal spell for Niv-Mizzet, we should be able to go over the top here. Even if they do have a removal spell for Niv-Mizzet, our next turn is going to be Opt plus Chemister's Insight. Maybe the fact that they could just kill this is a reason to get rid of this. Oh, I guess I can just ditch this to a Chemister's Insight, so it doesn't really matter here. This is gonna die now. I'll send 3 things at her and then 1 at us. Poor Scions. So next turn we'll opt and kill the Saheeli. We bottomed a Niv-Mizzet earlier, so let's fetch. So we can shuffle that last one back in. Do you ever keep Brazen? Oh, that's a good suggestion, actually. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's totally what I should have done. I forgot that these are just under enchantments here that I could bounce for a turn. That's a super good suggestion. What do you mean by over the top or low to the ground? So aggressive decks are low to the ground decks. They're decks that are trying to win quickly before your opponent gets set up. Golos Field would be an example of an over the top deck. It's a deck that's trying to play an incredibly long game because what it does at the top end is more powerful than anything anyone else can put together. And that's not a dumb question at all. It's a very, very good question. It's one we get quite frequently. Ooh, I almost forgot we had alliances in our deck, huh? That's gonna be real good. Let's make more tokens than them between Pyromancers and not. Yeah, we're only on our 2nd match, but this deck feels cohesive so far. If I'd have played a little bit better here. Woo, buddy old pal. Oh, buddy old pal. Who's ready to end their whole career, chat? Who's ready? Who's ready to end their whole career? Woohoo! This is an Irencrag trigger. Alright, so let's kill her. Let's kill one of these. Drawing a shock here is great too, because shock will trigger Niv on my opponent's turn, which is excellent. This standard format is really good. Yeah, this standard format is excellent. The people complaining about Golos just want something to complain about. A lot of those people are gonna complain about whatever the next best deck is too. Enchantments cast you 1 less to cost. Whenever an enchantment you control is put in a graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on this. Sure. Ooh, more candy. Back under the tribunal, Niv. Thanks for visiting. Yeah, I can't fathom being upset with the current standard format after we just played through Nexus of Fate. Like, if Nexus of Fate didn't get banned because it was too obnoxious, nothing should ever be banned for being too obnoxious. How many cards do we have? That's a good question. We have 25. If we hit another Borrower to have Niv for a turn, we should be good to go. What did I say, chat? Oh, I'm dumb. I shouldn't have killed the 3-1 because the 1-1s were going to block that. That's fine. Are they dead? It feels like they're dead.
And many trainings.
And they're dead on their next upkeep, right?
A quest of mystery.
Upstairs. 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 Listen, do you see how many cards I've been drawing? We have all the things because we've drawn all the cards. I don't need to stop because they have upkeep triggers. Whee! Alright. I don't know if this is the best build of the Alliance deck, but it's definitely the most fun. Niv-Mizzet is a heck of a drug, chat. When he gets going, things are not okay. When Niv gets to hang out and do his thing, he's just like, thank you, may I have another? Alright, I think I want Disdainful Strokes, because their enchantments cost 4, it also counters Conclave Tribunal. Definitely want the Negates, definitely want the Flame Sweeps. What do we think about this board plan? Seems good? This is your brain on Niv-Mizzet. Yeah, to be fair, you usually kill people before you get to 3 Irencrag. That is true. I think this seems reasonable. I don't think this is an Aether Gust matchup. I think 2 strokes is probably plenty. Hey, Anonymous One. When the Nivs are rockin', don't come a knockin'. Thanks for the 3rd of the year. The 5/5 dragon that never attacks. Niv's too pretty to get his hands dirty, chat. He's got other people to do things like that for him. Sure. Digging for lands and alliances with this. I only have 2 Brazen Borrower. You can play a 4th alliance. Like another shock. Another oh! Well, feels modern, man. Feels modern. All right, Niv, time to tap in. I'm gonna need you to get your hands dirty on this one. Those cost 4. Why didn't you stroke 1? Asking the real questions.
Courage is the greatest virtue.
Aye, with the knowledge to direct it.
Never forget, chat. Regardless of how good or bad your deck is, sometimes you're gonna run into people who want it more than you do. And that's okay. That's okay. Please miss a land and do nothing again. Tapped land, similar. Request accepted. Well, I guess we're looting that card away. I guess I know where that one's going. That's your beater. we could give that 2 power. That's true. That's true. We could give that 2 power.
Let me synthesize the facts.
All right, Niv. I believe in you, Niv. You and I, we're going places, Niv. Brazen Bar. Okay, we can petty theft these and then counter them on the way back down. We also might just be able to kill them pretty quickly here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I just 13 them, right?
We like to finish each other's.
What? Attack already?
Huh? Is it crazy to just double Borrower at their end step? They're at 7. I think I just double Borrower at their end step. Oh, I could have slammed Niv. No, every Niv trigger would have dealt 4 to us, chat. Every definitely should not have played Niv first. Damn it, Twitch chat. You trying to get me killed, Twitch chat? They very obviously are. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm just passing. Chat found lethal. Chat, that's the definition of chat lethal. I could play Alliance now and double Borrower them at end step. That's true, actually. Yeah, let's do that. It was lethal just for the opponent. Niv can target himself. That is true. He can self-farm. The opponent's playing like Boros tokens. Wish I would have kept the land. I think I just get this down.
I will steady your mind, Parun. To know is to triumph.
Morning, Worky Corky. If you kill them with only Cyan ults, I'll be rolling around on the floor. It's looking like we could head in that direction. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if the borrowers don't end up winning the game. I think I'm just gonna let this happen and like end step Brazen Borrower to untap attack them for 4. Am I? Let's counter it. Seems like a game where we're not going to need Flame Sweep. Wow. I mean... They had their sideboard card that was absurd, but, yeah, I could have been plussing for damage, that's true. It's only plus 2-0. That was, yeah, this is definitely the deck of the day. We've had two pretty solid matches in a row here. Let's see if we can get another good third. Yeah, sure, they missed Lance. They kept a hand that was kind of medium on the back of their sideboard card. We were able to pull it out nicely. Hands Dees. What other decks did we play today? I don't remember. Yeah, that sounds fine. We'll drop this on 2, drop this on 3, can opt on 4. Deck Q. Deck Q always has a list of things in it. Against turn 1 Guildgate, I don't think we want Lava Coil. I'm going to keep the island. We're looking for lands to curve to this, ideally. I assume Golgari Guildgate means that we're playing against Golos here. Could also be a budget deck, but Golos or budget are the options. I'm going to hold on to the opt because I would like to use this to trigger this next turn. Yeah, Golos plays Once Upon a Time. For sure. Oh yeah, the Discord channel with stream decks in it is actually the perfect answer, because I post all of them there. Whoa! I honestly can't remember the last time we played against Field of the Dead. It's been a second. Been a hot minute. Only having 2 strokes in my sideboard might be... Oh, I think I have 3, actually. It's not, less than 4 might be a mistake. We'll see. Caboose Man, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, then... That is a land, but it's unfortunately not a land that helps us cast this Niv-Mizzet. I mean, definitely Team Morocco. Team Morocco is my go-to I want to win deck. It's the only deck I'm playing on the ladder for the remainder of the season, I think. We got up to like 20th today with it. Yeah, rip, Sulfur Falls. So we'd actually love to draw an opt next turn, so we can opt on our turn and then crack Witching Well on their turn and deal 12 in a cycle. What are the must counter spells in the goals matchup? Usually the first big spell they play. You just want to slow them down. Yeah, our clock's relatively quick, and like we have a little bit of blocking. We do have a Displayed affiliation. I've actually got some coming in the mail for me that I'm excited to get. How much for Historic Build-Around? That's a good draw. Historic Build-Arounds are the same price as Standard Build-Arounds. So, 25. I think I'm actually ditching Niv here, huh? This is lethal in 2 turns, right? Because we do 6 here, and then next turn we do 6 again, and then we do 6 on their turn. I mean, is Krasis gaining them more than 4? It's not, right? Krasis is only gaining them 3 at the moment. So, like, why do I care about Krasis? Are you sure you don't want to charge double for Historic? No, Historic's going to be super popular.
I have a plan.
As a heads up, Wargy Corgi, the deck queue link doesn't work unless you open it in your mobile browser. So if you open it in the embedded browser in the Twitch app, the Twitch app doesn't allow it to load. That's not something that I can correct. That's on Twitch's side. So if you click the 3 dots and hit open in browser, it'll open in your Chrome or whatever your default mobile browser is just fine. No, I don't need Windows for Arena. So the play next turn is probably Irencrag, draw, send 6 upstairs, Brazen Borrower, bounce Golos. No, I don't need Windows to update either, Marty. That works fine through Wine with the MSI file. Huh. That's a pretty good one. No, the new patch does not address performance issues. Still have to restart pretty consistently. Yeah, Opt would be great. Opt is lethal.
Get away from me!
No, Opt's not lethal. That's what does Opt do? Opt doesn't change anything. What are you doing? Stop confusing me. I gotta cast this regardless. I have a free draw here.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
I think I'm bidding a Brazen Borrower here. So what am I doing with these? So next turn, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're gonna gain 4 next turn. And gaining 4 puts them to puts them to 9. That's so awkward. Do I even want to kill Golos? Why do I want to kill Golos, chat? Make a discussion. I don't really have time for your discussion, but I think I just send these upstairs. People that want me to do something other than hit their face, make a reason why. So now opt is lethal because I can opt plus Witching Well on their turn. So even though they're gaining 4, it doesn't matter. I think I already played an opt this game. Yeah, so we have 3 lethal opt next turn. Well, no, they're going to kill my Scions with their creatures on board. I wouldn't opt on their turn. We would Witching Well on their turn. Gosh, chat, keep it together.
Fear triumphs this day.
Why do I care if they activate Golos? Wouldn't I rather they activate Golos than gain guaranteed life with this? Like if they activate Golos, that's a win for me. Yeah, the Krasis life gain is worse from the... They're not playing Flame Sweep. Stop it. The blocking didn't matter. Actually, Jeff, it could have.
Better hope you delay our quest,
Let me synthesize the facts.
All right, so I'm taking 8, and then I'm taking another 8, so I'm taking 16 at the moment. Just like hoping they're out of stuff here, basically. These are in exile, chat. Can Pyromancer run the distance? Yeah, the hint for where these are is the glowing yellow. Says where they are. They're currently on an adventure. All right. I mean, if they can't interact with the board, they're dead. That being said, I've read this book before and we're about to get time wiped, so... Kylo Ren, it was the last card in my hand. So if I bottom the land, if I play the land first, I guaranteed discard whatever I draw, which is bad.
My thoughts were too frozen to win.
We win through time wipe, don't we? How do we win through time wipe? That's so brutal. Opt. 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 Opt off the top. Woo! Buddy old pal! Woo! Buddy old pal! Papi! Papi! We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! All right, and we don't even have to let them untap and let any funny business happen. We just get to kill them with this. So we didn't need to draw Bonecrusher there because the Witching Well would have sixed them on their turn. Man, Irencrag Pyromancer, chat. They're going the distance. They're going for speed. They're all alone in this time of need. That was some good television, chat. Some good clean TV. Brazen Borrower is actually probably pretty bad in this matchup, huh? I guess it's a 3-1 flyer. Borrower versus Shock. What do we think? Borrower's probably better than Shock, huh? Yeah. This finishes off Teferi. Yeah, this is more aggro with Niv. Hey, let's try this. The first time I ever watched your content was when you did the Shell deck Isle Shadowborn Emrakul deck and kept singing that Honey Pie song. God bless. HJ, thanks for the 3/4 of your op. Too good, please ban. This is the best builder on money I've ever spent. It's been a good one, Kookie. It's been a good one. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Violent Journey, thank you for the 7 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. The build around for this deck was blue-red Niv-Mizzet. And this seemed like the most natural place to slot him into. Yeah, getting the draw 2 through Teferi is quite excellent. Supporting the Hoagland Kid College Fund. Thanks for the awesome content. Thanks for keeping me around. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that sounds great. Part of me is hoping that they are simply just hedging their bets in case they miss something. Maybe there's not currently an issue, but they just want to give themselves the ability to address an issue between the Arena MC and the Paper MC. Again, this Once Upon a Time sequencing is very poor for my opponent. They should definitely wait till their next turn to play this, because it's not like I could have like a Spell Pierce or a Spell Snare here. How do we beat Narset? You can Shock or Bonecrusher it. You can attack it. You can fry it. Lots of different ways. You can negate it post board. I think the Cavaliers list is probably better, like Amash. You miss Spell Pierce. I don't. Yeah, they announced the changed ban window when MC deck lists were submitted, so that could have spooked them, I agree. Could have been something in there they weren't too happy with. I think I just jammed this. This might be wrong, because this is the first turn they can play the double ramp spell. Maybe I should hold Negate up here. Yeah, double holding up Negate for this might have been correct. What's the little plus on your cursor? I have no idea. Not a clue. Huh? I don't think I actually want this, right? I definitely want a 5th land, though. Yeah, this is a decent start for us, for sure. Hopefully there's, like, 4/4 Crisis here. I guess I kind of want that other alliance in the event they have a sweeper to kill this. It's the direction the memory leak is going. Oh, did they miss their land drop there? That's pretty good for us. I like Witching Wells or Chemister's better in this deck. I mean, well, we're playing both. I think the answer is that they're situational. So, like, one thing to consider is that while this sets up our early plays, Chemister's Insight is better with Niv-Mizzet. Stay away from my brother. Let's just no-sir that one, shall we?
My plan is crystallizing.
So, I get to do this, and then next turn, I can crack Witching Well and make another blocker and deal another 3 to them. So this is not going to kill my Royal Scions instead of combat next turn, so that's great. And they have Time Wipe here, I feel a little bad. But like I have Niv-Mizzet as a follow-up still, which is nice. We did not have Niv last game, no. I think I'd rather keep this than hold up Negate here. I don't know, that could be wrong. Keeping my Planeswalker is pretty valuable, though.
What is my strategy?
Huh? I think I'm just ditching that because I can jumpstart it later. What's going on, Couch? Life is swell. This deck's been total gas. And super fun. It feels like we're doing it. They're dead, right? I bounce this and kill them? Pretty sure they're dead. Yeah. Yeah. That. Huh. I might replace the Grixis. I might replace the Grixis Alliance list on my website with this. This feels super clean. It's definitely worse than Grixis against, like, big green monsters, but, like, there aren't that many big green monster decks around. I have no idea, Marty. The people that are complaining about Golos probably aren't playing enough Disdainful Stroke. That card's absurd. So this hand needs a third land. Witching Well helps us dig to it. Okie doke, that feels a little bit bad, but I think that's correct. Yikes. Magic is an incredibly low variance game. So you're thinking about a different deck, Wake. So there's no Stormfist Crusader in the Grixis deck on my website. We tried a variation with Stormfist Crusader that was very bad. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do. I think there's only 24 lands in this deck because it has so much card filtering. It's like, there's 4 Ops and 2 Witching Wells.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to bin a Scion there, probably. Irencrag's weakness is shirtless men. Yeah, Broko. Alright, I mean, if he kills that, then this kills him. So go to 10.
Welcome to the feast. I appreciate clean victory. I will learn what nobody
Well.
yet knows.
Better play Scion first, and is it better to play Scion first in case you draw an Opt? I'm not sure what you mean. Play land? No, because I don't really want to cast Opt, I don't think. Is it crazy to just take the damage here? That's probably crazy. Yeah, standard got really bad when War of the Spark released, but this current format is very good. That's a biggin, chat. The large Mamma Jamma.
My plan is crystallizing.
All right. So I think the plan here is tread water till we can ult this. That's true. That's true. I did explicitly say this deck's gonna be worse than Grixis against big green monsters, and then this happened, so. Yeah, if I'd have kept the third Brazen Borrower, we might have been able to race. Maybe. Not having a third Brazen Borrower might mean we're too slow here. We'll see.
One bite, and all your cares are gone.
Really want to draw land here.
A
Okay.
mystery.
Thanks for the 15 great months and for introducing me to Mythgard. It's everything I've wanted in a mobile card game. It's very good. And thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. Alt plus Lava Coil could kill this, maybe? We played a very little bit of Magic Online this morning, but then Magic Online happened. So. Why are we manually tapping all of our lands? Why didn't we use the auto tapper? What are we doing, friendo? Teamer was excellent. We didn't lose a match. maybe playing this out was wrong. Although I got them to play Wicked Wolf instead of, Well then, it's gonna get a yikes from me, dog. Play to your outs, chat. Play to your outs. Alright, if I cut Niv-Mizzet, is that trimming too many win cons? He's pretty bad against Oko. Shock seems potentially a little bit medium. Actually, Bonecrusher Giant's probably slow and clunky. Rather have Shock. Maybe I leave some of these in, but not all of them. They're not always going to have Oko. Trim one of these and one of these. This seems reasonable. Hey, Nicky Two Shoes, thanks for re-upping for the second month. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. Yeah, I agree. Our threats just don't line up well against their threats. If the team or deck, your creation, or was it a list you modified? I hate questions like that. The idea of deck ownership and people being so thirsty for validation that they need to own a deck is just so, it seems so petty and juvenile. It's like, I figured I'd put a deck together that was most consistent at casting Planeswalkers on turn 2. It's not like super innovative. It's like I put a bunch of the good cards in the same deck together, and it like shook itself out. To be fair, this is arguably a children's card game. Touche. Touche. So, I'm actually gonna Borrower this and then untap and Lava Coil this. Let's clear that right on up. It says 13 plus right on the box. 13-year-olds are children. In fact, I'd argue most 18-year-olds are children. I might live to regret this decision, but we'll see. Alright, so I get to fetch with this and grab our third blue. And then I get to go Pyromancer, deal 3, exile with Lava Coil. Huh? Think I ditched the second one of those. Yeah, almost. I don't even remember what that deck is. Hivemind. It's funny. So Christy asked Declan the other day what he wanted to be when he grew up. And he responded to her that he wanted to be a big kid. And I was just like, oh, you're wise beyond your years. You get it.
A quest of mystery.
Yeah, good thing he will, and he'll get to grow up because we vaccinated, you know? Coward! He doesn't want to be a cam girl like his dad. He did not express interest in following my career.
Plan is crystallizing.
Huh? I think I want to keep these two. If they don't have an Oko or a Gust here, we're actually in a pretty good spot. Yeah, kill that one. I was wondering if an iteration of it had put up results prior to you finding it. I was like, I don't think so. Ooh, that's a good draw. I missed making a 1/1. I'm aware I missed making a 1/1. Actually, you know what? This is game 2. I'm gonna Brazen Borrower this now and play around Veil. I think is the correct answer. Honestly, this is only a 4/5. I'm probably supposed to 5 them there. I think that was a mistake. I don't know, I guess in the instance of Ceratops here, I get to protect my Scion, so that's nice. Want to buy 1 Chemister's Insight. 1 instant or sorcery.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Rude. Is that good enough? I think I can do better than that. Oh, the food from the troll's gonna make racing tough here too. I forgot about that. What would need to change in these kind of decks to support Phoenix? So that's the wrong question to ask. You shouldn't be asking yourself, can we support Phoenix? The question you want to ask yourself is, do we want to support Phoenix? What does Phoenix do for us? Why is it a card that I'm interested in playing? We're through 3 Lava Coils here. We're probably dead. Oh yeah, we're just straight up dead, right? For this is protection from blue. I guess I can hit a Lava Coil next turn still, yeah. Feels dead, man. This thing's trampling a bunch here still, too. Well, I mean, you know. I mean, we're still super far behind, right?
A quest of mystery.
I guess this might do a thing next turn. So this leaves me dead to bounce or removal. But I think that's okay. We're dead to Ceratops regardless. Another Hydrate Crisis doesn't do it. We have 9 mana at the moment. So we're gonna make a 7/7. Am I out of Brazen Borrowers? Almost out of Brazen Borrowers. Hey, thanks for keeping me around, hey Jesus Cobra. I appreciate the 10 months. Welcome back. Hope everyone's having an excellent Friday, by the way. As you can see from the stream title, I still got a bunch of other decks coming up today. I'm gonna do a longer stream than I have been. No, I really have no desire to play the metagame challenge. Doesn't really do anything for me. I think we're dead at this point. Just too much trample. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess there's a world where
You will not block our noble path.
With my sister by my side, I do not fear the unknown.
Strike fear into the hearts of the wicked.
Yep. Just wanted to make sure they didn't leave themselves dead to shock. Yeah, I have a desk that goes up and down, so I split my time while streaming about 50% sitting and standing. I think I'm happy with how we sideboarded here. Yeah, Borrower is great in this deck. You need, if you don't have black cards like the Grixis Alliance deck, like Murderous Rider and Nicol Bolas to like take problem permanents out permanently, the ability to tempo them while you kill them is good. It's very possible that I lost. If you remember that game and you think back to it, I had a turn where I could have attacked with a Niv-Mizzet and I didn't. And if I would have gotten that hit in, that game ends up to very different, I think. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We would have lost the Scions, though. Maybe, I don't remember. I think it's too early for that. I'd rather look for some proactive plays here. Let's get the goose out of here. We have another goose. That's rude. Tilt. It's a good pickup. He says before Oko comes down.
I lead the way, but my brother.
No is to triumph.
That's pretty good. Yeah, like I said, I was expecting these green matchups to be hard. Part of the reason why we splashed in the other deck was because
My answers lie in the cold truth.
part of the reason we had splashed in the other build was because of these green creature matchups. There's a little bit less of these overall, but there's still a challenge for this build without real removal in it. What's your opinion on centrists or cowards as a whole, really?
Shocked.
And shout.
In the United States, in my experience, centrists tend to fall into one of two categories. They're either people who are incredibly uninformed and don't really realize what center is, or they're people who are actually on the right that are just know that being on the right puts them in with a bad group of people, so they don't want to say that out loud. Those are the two options. Nice, Nivik. Have fun. I'm gonna hang on to this for now because if we draw a second copy of Scions, we'll be able to loot through this. Red a lubba dub dub. Thank you for the Prime support. Welcome to Hoaglandia. So the problem with Drakes in this deck, I had Drakes in the build at one point. If you look at this deck list, there aren't actually that many instants and sorceries in it, which makes Drake less than exciting. I think I'm actually just playing a 3-1 here and starting to attack. No, Brazen Borrower, the adventure creatures do not count for Drakes, which is a pretty big deal.
Strategy here.
And part of that I'm a centrist means I don't agree with the left comes from the fact that, like, the left in the United States is an incredibly big spectrum. My hand's actually kind of okay. Do I just try and kill them in 4? I'm winning the race if I do this, right?
Your heart can overcome any challenge.
I think I'm gonna bottom this. I want some threats at this point. Like I have some card draw already lined up. It doesn't really seem to leave room for someone to have opinions that differ from the ones you hold. It's saying if you don't hold a liberal or left view, you're just right. No, what I'm saying is people don't understand what views are liberal and leftist. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Joe Biden isn't liberal. Joe Biden is center or right of center. And if you think Joe Biden is liberal, it's because you don't have a good grasp on where people fall on the political spectrum globally. That's what I mean by that. Aether Gust is great. Goodbye, Felicia. All right, it looks like we might sneak a win in here. Yeah, all right.
Bow to the mind's rage.
Whew! I think I've ulted that Planeswalker more than any other Planeswalker in the history of Magic. All politicians run to the center. I don't think that's true. It's really not, in fact. It was a good run. I like this build a lot. I think I like the suggestion. I like the suggestion that I might just put up 2 versions of the Alliance deck on the website, because I liked the Grixis build that we have on the website right now, but this also felt good. Maybe I'll just put 2 deck lists in there with 2 different descriptions, so I could do that on my page and just embed 2 deck lists. But yeah, this in conjunction with 4 Brazen Borrowers really felt like we had a good aggressive slant. It felt super reasonable. I think I like this build better. The Grixis build definitely struggles against the Golos decks while being better against the Questing Beast decks. And this build is the inverse. It feels like it's aggressive enough to pressure the Golos decks, but it does struggle against the Questing Beast decks without that black removal in it. Even though we did manage to beat that one in the last match where they flooded a little bit, I would bet if we played the green matchup a ton, we would probably be behind some amount of percentage points. Yeah. Yeah, but the free bolts are good except against 4/4s. Who'd have thunk it? Why did you decide to include 2 Fabled Passage in this deck when 4 might be more consistent to get Niv out on turn 6? So the mana in this deck is 17 red and 17 blue, which when you combine that with the fact that we have 4 Opt, 4 Witching Well, or 2 Witching Well, and 4 Royal Scion to kind of see more cards every game, this deck very reasonably casts Niv-Mizzet on turn 6 as is. I know we had a couple of games where we got a little bit unfortunate, but especially when you factor in the Scrylands too, this mana base is very, very reasonable. I also don't think I want to run the risk of, like, if you play 4 Fabled Passage and 4 Temples, your number of hands you have where you have tapped land on 1, 2, and 3 are going to go through the roof. So, you think, I think I liked what this was doing here. Maybe consider jamming another Stroke in the board over the Negate if you really want to hedge Golos. This is the absolute single best card you can have in the Golos matchup, so jamming 4 is not unreasonable. All right, what do we got up next? We've got a take, a little bit of a more mid-rangey take on Green-Black Adventures here coming up next. That's top-ending Big Papa Garrick, among other things. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and run a quick ad break and fill my water bottle up. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I hope you have an excellent Friday. Don't go anywhere because we've got a ton of great Standard coming up before I'm done today.